You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 336 for Sunday, the 25th of October 2020.
Where dreams begin.
Well, hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum, the Darbylicious Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Janie.
Hello there, Michelle, and how are we this fine week?
Next question. I think that applies for us both.
Yeah, week's not been good, has it? And then what happens this weekend? We get an hour back. Do we really want another hour of 2020? Do we really want this? No. I've now got dark nights, dark mornings, winter setting in, the temperature's dropped. I need something to cheer me up, Michelle.
Hang on, we're not going to have everybody turning off. We're going to be positive this week.
Positivity,
but,
definitely.
Yeah, the UK clocks go back this week, fall back.
Yeah.
We are going to be now trying to get our head round what time zone it is in California, Florida, Perth, Australia, in Germany, to try and make sure all of our lovely Disney Dream Girls family can be communicated with, because everybody doesn't change the clocks at the same time.
I don't understand that. I know this is not the forum for that discussion, but why are we not all the same? Wouldn't it make life easier?
It could be worse, Jane. We could be in Ethiopia, who are still following the antiquated calendar, and they're like 13 years behind us. They've got to go through another 13 years to get to 2020 and have it all over again.
Yeah, but I quite like the idea of being 13 years ago, don't you?
Yeah. Maybe we should go and sort of live in Ethiopia then. I don't know.
I'm just trying to think what I was doing 13 years ago. Yeah.
I was still teaching.
So was I. Okay, maybe things haven't changed that much then.
Yeah. But on a positive front, I have survived 2 weeks of isolation, shielding, not speaking to another human being face to face for 14 days.
Oh, have you been knitting though, love?
I've been knitting like a trooper. I think I've sent out a fair few pumpkins to people.
Yeah, I have one sitting proud of placing amongst my Halloween decorations. Thank you very much.
It's okay. You wanted traditional, you got traditional.
I did indeed. It's gorgeous.
I've just finished a turquoise one, which looks amazing.
Yeah, we should all keep a lookout now for your little Etsy store popping up, shouldn't we, Michelle?
Do you know what? For the cost of the wool and the time and the effort, it's just not worth it. It really isn't, because I do tend to buy good quality wool and it's expensive. So, yeah, no Etsy at all. Not happening. But yeah, tomorrow's the big operation, so 1:30 Monday afternoon, I will be entering the hospital and hopefully getting home by about tea time, because they've said normally you'd end up staying in, you get a nice breakfast and then they'd send you home. Now, not in COVID times, literally the minute your eyes are open and you've been to the toilet, right out.
Well, I suppose there is something to take from that, though, Michelle. The fact that they're happy to let you out that quickly, and the fact I always think you do better when you're in your own home and your own bed and that type of thing. Anyway, so
I know, but normally I'd like people around me to sort of bring me a cup of tea. I'm not going to be allowed anybody to bring me a cup of tea because I can't see them face to face.
Yeah, but just think of it. It's like posh hotel room service where it's been left outside your door for you. So you need a little bell, Michelle, so you can lay there.
I've got a mobile phone. That's not an issue. It's just, how am I going to get out of the bed to the cup of tea that's been left outside when I've got a dodgy knee that's been operated on?
Carefully, slowly.
I'm going to have to think of some sort of way to train the cats, because the cats have been my only company this last week, and maybe they need something like the St. Bernard dog with the barrel of brandy round the neck. And
yeah, you're going to have to come up with some sort of tube system or something to get the tea from one to the room to the other. Sorry, I've got very silly images going on in my head now, Michelle. I think we need to move on.
Yeah, let's move on, because we have got a cracking show for you this week, and the first thing I'd like to think about is ears.
I have 2 of them.
We do, and we've all seen those super cute miniature size peppermint swirl ears that you can get for your Christmas tree that are on the old Disney Store website, I'm sure.
Very, very cute.
We have both been indulging in some Christmas ornament purchases.
Yeah, well, what else are we going to do, isn't it? Yeah, and when you go onto the Disney Store, especially on the UK version, and you see things, and then you go to add them into your basket, and then you look again, and they've just suddenly disappeared. And then items that were coming up that were still sitting there on the website, but with sold out written all over them, you log in a few days later, and all of a sudden they're available again. But the ones that I wanted originally still aren't.
Well, yeah, the whole debacle about the mini main attraction that came out in the UK last weekend. Now, I know the UK has a different system than the USA. The USA, you have to apply for a merchandise pass, and then if you get that pass, you can go on and buy them. Well, in the UK, it's just basically beat the bot, because at 8 o'clock last Sunday, the Haunted Mansion set were released for the month of November. Well, October, November. And, oh my word, I had the ears in my basket. And then I went to put my American Express card in. Chinka, 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 chinka. Sorry, not available.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works. Surely once they're in your basket, they're allocated to you. That should be enough, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it?
They are lovely ears. They were I think they were £30, and I wasn't even buying them for them myself. I was buying them to send over to my good friend over in the USA. But some very kind people have volunteered to have a look in the theme parks for me, and I am incredibly grateful for that, because if I could get these ears, yes. And to be honest, for this season, they are the ears people want to wear. But there's been some others released this week, and there's some good bargains on Shop Disney that you might want to get in your shopping basket and wear around the house if you can't get to the parks.
Okay.
So today, the Wishes Come True Blue sparkling ears were released. And the good thing about this is they've released a version for children that, instead of it being that annoying material headband that pokes in behind your ears, it's actually on a Velcro band that goes behind the head.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense, and more chance of staying in place as well.
Yeah, true. And for me, I'd want to be trying them on to see if they actually fit my noggin.
Yeah. Are they a bit cheaper as well then?
A little bit, yeah.
Ah.
So that's one set of ears I think look particularly nice. There is a matching Spirit jersey, but it's very, very similar to the Disneyland California one. So I've not bothered with that.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's lovely blue. I have to say that it is nice. It's got all the sparkly bits in, but like you say, it's not that dissimilar, is it?
Yeah, there is the beautiful cutesy gingerbread men ears with the big peppermint bow in between the two. So cute.
Nice.
But
nice.
What on earth are they doing putting a Santa hat on a gingerbread man? There is no place in this world for that Santa hat. It just looks wrong.
Maybe it's just there to confirm it is Christmas. I don't know.
It looks Christmassy enough with the peppermint.
Well, yeah, yeah, but Santa hats, Christmas, they are kind of quintessential, aren't they?
Yeah. And to be honest, they are cute, but last year when they introduced the gingerbread ears last year, I got in touch with a seller over on Etsy, Imagine Eve, and she made me the cutest version of the gingerbread ears. And one, I'm supporting somebody's little mini business. Two,
True.
they're personal and unique to me, which is something that I kind of like. And I like the fact that I was able to personalise and make them for me. And yeah, so, but if you like gingerbread, they are a cute pair of ears.
Yeah.
The next pair, oh my word, if you go over to Shop Disney, you will see there's a brand new pair of the Minnie Mouse ear headband for Up.
All right, okay.
Which are good. And there's also, oh my word, a really nice plum-coloured band, bow, and then a lilac-y colour sparkled sequin pair. They are so beautiful.
Oh, you see, I'm going to be checking Shop Disney quite regularly to see if these Christmas decorations that I want are going to come back in. You're just now leading me down another path, aren't you?
Well, a lot of these are available in the USA one. And talking of the USA one, the Minnie Mouse Witch ear headband for adults has been reduced half price.
Ooh.
There's some real crackers on the website. I'm not kidding. There's a fantastic bargain if you want the Pride Disney Rainbow ears. They're $15 as well, and I think they're timeless.
Yeah, definitely.
One for you, Jane, is the Nightmare Before Christmas Minnie Mouse ear headbands.
Oh, you see, you're putting temptation in my path again, Michelle.
I know, but they are a bit pricey at $35.
Yeah, it's not a cheap thing to have a little bit of an obsession with ears nowadays, is it?
No. And I suppose there is the consolation ears of the Haunted Mansion wallpaper ear headband if you weren't able to get the mini main attraction ones.
True. And I do quite like the Haunted Mansion wallpaper.
But imagine this. You can't go on your Disney cruise. So instead, how about some gold Disney Cruise Line ear headbands with a beautiful blue bow and anchor on?
Yeah, I suppose if you're a bit of a cruisy fan, that would come in, wouldn't it? And then if you've had to cancel, at least you would have a pair ready for when you could next embark.
Yeah. The final pair, I believe, has just come out into the stores this week, is the peppermint swirl ones. And I've got a picture in front of me, so I'm going to describe it. The ears are red sequin with white fur trim round the outside. The bow is emerald green. Think Wicked emerald green.
Okay, yeah.
It's got a sort of lozenge of a peppermint sweet in the middle.
Right.
The earband on the internal side is red velvet. On the outside, it's green and white stripe.
Okay, yeah. Keeping those holiday themes going, yeah.
I don't like them.
No?
No.
Too much?
Well, the fur round the ears just looks wrong.
Yeah.
I would have preferred something with the swirl, personally.
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean, yeah.
You know, when you're investing in ears, it's a lot of money. So I would be going to Imagine Eve and saying to her, look, love it, I'd like you to make me some candy cane ears. And I'm sure she could come up with something that's just a little bit more on point for these.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's the thing, is take the inspiration from the official line, and then if it's not quite to your liking, having that very handy contact, you can get exactly what you would like.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking of doing things yourself, another little craft project I'll be cracking on over half term is I'll be making my own little Disney Christmas wreath.
Ooh.
So I'm excited about that one.
I'll be interested to see how it turns out and may pinch ideas off you.
So we're not quite at Christmas, so let's regress to a celebration that's coming up in the next few days, and that's Halloween. And you touched on this earlier, Jane, with the receipt of the pumpkin-licious gift I sent you, and I know you've been busily decorating. Yeah,
we don't do it that big over here, do we? We're not as embracing of the Halloween season as perhaps our US friends are, but I have a few little bits and pieces. I have my little pumpkin lights out in the garden, and which I don't know quite what it is, because I look at them outside through my kitchen windows effectively, and it must be to do with the reflection of the inside out, but I can't see the stakes that the little pumpkin lights sit on. So when I look out in my garden, it looks like I've got 5 little pumpkin heads that are floating in midair, which is quite spooky and quite apt, really. And I have a sign on my front door that says haunted house, because obviously you do. And I've got another one on the gate to my back garden which says it's graveyard, one way in and no way out, which we kind of did comment that that's kind of probably very COVID friendly at the moment, because everything's like a one-way system. And then I've got a few little bits and pieces decorated around my house. My only regret is that I don't really have, apart from one thing, I don't really have anything Disney Halloween, because it's not something that we can get our hands on easily in this country. And the only thing that I've got that is vaguely Halloween-y and Disney is something that you got me.
Not Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, you got me the Oogie Boogie pumpkin popcorn bucket, which was, oh crikey, is that a couple of years ago now?
A couple of years ago, I
Must
squished
be.
it into my suitcase, and that was
Yeah.
a squish, love, I tell you. It's
Yeah,
a
'cause
big. It's big.
it's a decent size, isn't it? Yeah. So I've got a few bits and pieces, but I just lament the fact that I can't Disney it up. Like when it comes to Christmas, I'm different again. You know, I have a tree that is devoted to all things Disney. In fact, my living room is devoted to all things Disney. But yeah, it's just lacking in the Disneyfication for Halloween, unfortunately.
Oh.
Do you do any decorations at all?
I've got myself a little pumpkin patch and the Halloween Mickey and Minnie, and I think I'll be looking up to my popcorn bucket collection and getting Oogie Boogie, and I've got the Snow White beakers with the sort of like poison apple. I've also got the the name's just Zero coming out of the little doghouse with a glowing up nose as well from another year at Disneyland. My friend, I think Tommy Allison, grabbed me that one.
Oh, so that would be cute.
Yeah, so I've got one or two little bits and pieces that I'll be able to do, and you never know, I might be getting something pumpkinlicious in the post in the next few days.
Oh, are we divulging?
Not as yet. I'll wait for it to turn up through British Customs.
Good old British Customs.
Okay, well, thinking about Halloween, last week when we did our Disney Dream Girls quiz, I set some questions and they were all about the story of Sleepy Hollow, you know, with Mr. Toad and Ichabod Crane. And I had, it was nice. I watched the film. I hadn't seen it for a couple of years. And I was thinking, are there any Disney movies over the Halloween period that you would highly recommend to people to be watching?
Well, you've already mentioned one, Michelle, which obviously is Nightmare Before Christmas, because I know Tim Burton is not everybody's cup of tea, but Nightmare Before Christmas I just absolutely love. And the benefit is I can start watching it now and then keep on watching it through till Christmas, because it covers both things, doesn't it, you see? So that's like a double win. So yes, is definitely on my to do and to recommend list. And then of course Hocus Pocus has to be, I mean, it's a classic. And I did see somewhere that I think there's some sort of little reunion special type thing happening on American TV networks, possibly.
Ooh.
Sorry, I sound so vague, but I do remember seeing something because I do love Todrick Hall, and I noticed that on his Instagram feed he'd put something about a costume fitting that he was having for this particular event. I thought, something else that is an American, and I'm not sure how I can get to see it over here. So, typical, but, I might have to find it by fair means or foul and see what that's all about, because, a bit of music and a bit of spookiness is going to go right down my street. So I need to find that one out. If anybody knows how to find that for me, or knows what on earth it is that I'm talking about, please let me know.
Yeah. And we're curious as well, what are your favourite Disney Halloween movies? Because I've got list upon lists of different types of them. One I will never ever watch again is the Haunted Mansion film from 2003. I recall watching that film while having a tattoo done many, many years ago.
I quite like that.
Oh, the movie was more painful than the tattoo, love. Yeah, not great. And then there's also the Tower of Terror film from 1997.
Wowzers, yeah, that's going back a bit.
Yeah, but you being a bit of a Disney sort of teen movie watcher with your beautiful daughter Molly, how about all of the films that are on Disney Channel, such as The Invisible Sister or Return to Halloween Town? And then there's Twitches too. Haven't seen any of these.
No, I think I am aware of Halloween Town, and I may see. Molly will watch all of these movies, and I will quite happily sit down and watch them with her. But when I say the word watch, it means more I'm in the same room as her while it's on the television. It doesn't mean to say that I've watched it and actually took it in what I've been watching. It's kind of the sort of thing that you can sit and like have half an eye on it, because the plot lines aren't that complicated. So I do enjoy a good teen movie if I'm in the mood for it. I have to admit, there's the Descendants movies as well, which I know Molly has seen. I think the first one, so perhaps they would be another good one to give a little bit of time to,
Yeah.
because yeah, I mean, they're a very recent thing and a new version, a new take on some of those classic bad guy quote unquote characters that Disney do. So that might be a one to have a look at.
There's also Spooky Buddies, which is another one of those buddy movies with those crazy pups.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, not my cup of tea either.
No, not
There's
me
obviously
either.
there's the Maleficent movies because that's a bit spooky.
Yeah, she's not a nice person, is she really?
Not really.
Bit misunderstood maybe.
Yeah. Frank and Weenie,
Oh, I've forgotten all about Frankenweenie. Yeah, no, I did like that one.
Into the Woods, kind of fits with the
Kind of, I
yeah.
suppose.
I watched
Yeah.
that last weekend and forgotten how enjoyable it actually was.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing lots and lots of years ago there was a video film made of one of the original Broadway cast performances and fell in love with it then. So was absolutely delighted to see it when it came out as a proper quote unquote movie. So yeah, I love that.
But we haven't mentioned the best, the ultimate Disney spooky movie.
Okay. Where are you going with this one?
The Watcher in the Woods.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, I don't even know if
No.
it's on Disney Plus because basically it's a supernatural horror film, which obviously those words you never think are going to come into your head when you talk about Disney.
No. I must say I'm aware of it, but I want to say that I've if I have seen it, it was a very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have.
It was released in 1980, and a picture the scene, 10-year-old me going to the cinema to go and see this. And I'd been to the shop and bought these little sweets called Hundreds and Thousands, little tiny sweets that were in a bag, and I think I had half a pound of them. And me and my friend Lisa were the only two people in the whole theatre. And there's this one point where this silly black cat jumps out from nowhere. I nearly covered the entire cinema with these sweets. My bag went in the air. I was scared stiff. I was 10. Obviously, rewatching it now when I'm a little bit more mature, there are still some moments that make me go, ooh. But the best thing about it is it's got Bette Davis in. Oh, my word.
True. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And if you like a
So,
little bit of the original sapphire and steel glamour of David McCallum, but yeah, it's a
right.
really good film about a teenage girl, her little sister, and they sort of get mixed up in a supernatural mystery regarding a girl who, surprisingly, was in the woods as they
Right.
moved into the new English countryside. So it was filmed here in the UK at Pinewood Studios.
Yeah.
So catch that one up because to me, oh my word, it is one of my favourite things that you could possibly do over Halloween is give that a watch.
Well, I suppose the good thing is from our point of view, Michelle, because we have a natural break in our school year just around about Halloween, it does kind of tie itself in quite nicely to plenty of free time to sit and catch up on some of these movies that we may well have forgotten about or not had chance to see.
Yeah, top tip. Finally, if you're in the UK, we know we get a limited amount of things from Shop Disney UK. However, if you start ordering now, there's plenty of time for you to get your hands on the amazing merchandise that's available in the USA store. And there are a few things I would just like to say, oh my word, I really need.
Okay.
There's the gingerbread and gingerbread woman plush. They're so cute. Probably cost £9 million to get them brought over to me because they're huge.
Right.
There's a new Spirit jersey for Christmas, but I don't know. Disney they've sort of missed the pitch for me because it's dark green. The bottom half is green and black plaid check, and then it's got the candy cane lettering for Disney World on the top.
Okay.
I do
Too
think
dark.
the leggings that they've got with all the classic Disney icons are so much cuter.
Right.
So much cuter. But there's a really cute little fridge magnet that's got Walt Disney World. I presume there'll be a Disneyland one with all your classic Disney icons shaped into the letters, and I kind of like that. That's cute. There's some tea towels. Who doesn't love a Disney tea towel?
I have them all around my kitchen.
Exactly, because they are just a perfect reminder of everything nice at Christmas.
Don't necessarily use them, they're just there for decoration.
Well, I must admit, I sent some over to David the other week, and he said his wife took them out of the packaging and said, "Don't anybody use them because they were white." And it's like, yeah, you don't use white tea towels. They're just for show.
No, they're just for show, yeah.
As my mum would say, they're for best.
Yes, and best never comes around, does it?
Yeah. And then 15 years from now, I've got these Disney flipping tea towels that have never been used. But that's what it's like, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's obviously the cute Mickey and Minnie plush for Christmas, which I suppose I really should get, and I think there'll be a version in the UK store.
Yes, should be, shouldn't they? Yeah.
But my friend Caroline highlighted the Disney candle for the season. It is the cutest white cylindrical candle, and it's got the sweetest time of the year. It's got a lovely gingerbread man on it. It's so adorable. Then on the back it's got the peppermint sort of icon. But what flavour do you think Disney put in the candle?
So a candle for Christmas. Well, Christmassy smells to me could be pepperminty. Or it could go down the cinnamon, the nutmeggy, that sort of cloves sort of smell.
Yeah, you sort of hit the nail on the head with the peppermint, but to me, because it's got the big gingerbread man on the front, it should be gingerbread. But maybe when they were crafting the wax in their little workshop somewhere, they couldn't master it in a candle, so they went with a mint, which is a fairly easy smell to do.
Potentially, yeah.
So that's a cute thing as well. And then there's the obvious, your Disney chocolate, which is so good because it just brings a bit of Disney home to you.
Yeah, gotta have a bit of chocolate.
Yeah. So the only other thing that is on the Disney website that is so cute is every year they bring out like a little Christmas tree cookie tin, and inside you get your little shortbread rounds. They are quite pricey, $38, but they are so cute because they're covered in like the castle made of gingerbread, little Disney characters in gingerbread style. And if you buy these, you get not only the lovely Disney cookies, but you also get the joy of bringing the tin out every year.
Yeah. I've got some lovely little tins that I've collected over the years and that now just house random bits and pieces in my kitchen. But yeah, they're too good to throw out.
Yeah. So those are some top things you might want to head on over to the Disney store and see if you can get, whether you're in the USA or whether you're in the UK and importing them like I have to rely on. The final thing is that there's going to be one final key release of the year, and this is going to be a gingerbread shaped key.
They're playing into that gingerbread theme, aren't they, this year?
They are, and these keys, I'm not kidding, they've realised people are collecting them. And it used to be intermittent, now it seems to be one a month that they're releasing.
It does seem to be pretty regular, doesn't it?
Yeah, and again, it's release them at 8 o'clock in the morning, free with purchase, but you've got to make a purchase of something you might not necessarily need. And if you try and order them at 8:30, they'll have all gone.
Again, it's that thing of like, you got to weigh up the odds, haven't you? And is it something that you really want? And are you prepared to actually get up A, that early, and B, run the risk of disappointment in not being able to get it, and then try and not get angry when you see them for sale on certain online selling sites, shall we say?
Yeah. I will admit, my lovely friend Steve and Klimowska sent me a message and said that they had turned up in the USA, in the Canada Disney store, to purchase. He said, would you like one? But in return, can you ship something here for me? So a sort of a bit of a gift exchange.
Yeah.
So in return, he's wanting 2 bottles of butterbeer from the Harry Potter store in Watford. So I'm organising that trade as we speak. And then again, the lovely Sarah Rose, she contacted me and said, could you get me some jam? The strangest things that people want, butterbeer and jam. So we're going to do a little trade. So I've got a jam delivery coming this week and I have got the butterbeer. And I thought, well, how about we set something up for our Disney Dream Girl family and maybe people on the family would like to exchange things with other people.
Maybe, yeah, because there's always this, we seem to, particularly between the UK and the US, we have this fascination with what the opposite side gets and we don't get, don't we? So I'm sure there's some treats and different bits and pieces out there people would be dying to get their hands on. We won't mention Percy Pigs, will we?
Catherine, we mentioned Percy Pigs. We went there. And just mentioning Catherine and Percy Pigs, they introduced these pigs, did Marks and Spencer's, as these little sweets. And Catherine got to like them while she was studying over here. And she loves them. And what the shop have now done is every season they bring out a different type of them. So I've been sending them over, costing absolute arm and a leg to post them over, but do you know what? Bring some Disney cheer to someone. But I found they'd done Christmas cards.
Oh, wow.
I know. I've sent her a box of these Disney Christmas cards. So anyone in Catherine's family who's listening, prepare yourself for getting a Percy Pig Christmas card.
They'll be thinking, what on earth is this?
I know, but they are so cute. But yeah, another thing that we could send over is in the UK we're able to get gingerbread Twix at the moment.
Yes, we are. And also Cadbury's Dairy Milk are doing a gingerbread one as well.
So if you fancy joining us, hop on over to the Disney Dream Girls podcast family. I'll set up a little bit of a post and we can match a few people up, whether you want to do it internationally or within your same country, if there's something particularly that you want, you know. I'm just thinking of Lewis with his shreddies. They might bring out a Christmas flavour.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, that'll be definitely on his list.
Well, he's got some strawberries and cream ones going over for his Christmas present.
They really ought to do a Christmas flavour, didn't they, really?
Yeah, but I don't know what it'd be. Christmas tree flavoured shreddies just doesn't do it for me.
No.
They did chocolate orange the other year.
Oh, that's kind of Christmassy.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what we can think up of. We'll write to Shreddies and tell them.
We'll give them the ideas, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to join that chocolate fest, whether it's sending something over from the UK Disney Store that has London on it, or whether you're wanting to ship something from the UK, from the USA to us in the UK, or different countries across the world, we would love to have you. So pop on over Disney Dream Girls podcast family over on Facebook and we will sort something out for you. Right, so let's just mention back last week, it was Pumpkinlicious on the podcast with the wonderful Terry Harden. It's still available for you to see all those amazing pictures on our blog, DisneyDreamGirls.com. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at DisDreamGirls. You can follow Jane on her blog, which is at
jp2mk.co.uk.
Thank you for that, Janie. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to our wonderful Patreon supporters. You are amazing for keeping the show up and running, enabling us to keep the show advert-free. Well, as a thank you this week, those who support us at $5 or above have got an extra bonus show on the Tower of Terror, and there'll be more bonus audio coming up this month. So keep your ears peeled. Also, another bonus for those supporters, they get the show earlier than anyone else as well. So if you really can't wait till Sunday, you get it a bit earlier. Anyway, that's enough of the advertising. Let's end off this show and send our best to everybody wherever you are. Don't forget you can always reach out to us if you are in a need of a little bit of Disney chat. We are more than welcome to communicate with anyone to help us all through this horrible time that we are going through at the moment. But until next week, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.